This is a short tour of Fabrizio Gallery, which is opening their autumn show in a few days. This is a quilt, Chaos Unchained. And on the opposite wall, we have a recent one of fireworks. It's a Kawandi fireworks. One of the masterpieces in the collection, Silver Eruption. This quilt has been shown everything from London to Shanghai and everything in between. It's been a very popular show. It was at Houston. And then carrying out the silver idea, this is an earlier piece called Silver Borders. I made this when I was in Trishur, India. This was made around 211, I think, 2012. And then on this wall we have a quilt that I recently completed, having acquired the hand-pieced top made by some unknown person, I don't know, and then I quilted that. I found it a very irresistible design. So this is room 1. Coming to room 2, here's another recent work, all tied up, I call it, made of neckties. And here is another necktie piece, vintage ties. That was made in 2012. So there's about an 11-year difference between these two pieces. As you can see, I've gotten a little wilder over here, but c'est la vie. Then we have, I've made a few of these, which I call Kawandi hybrids. I make them in the Kawandi technique, but I include some vintage tops, vintage blocks, like that one in the corner, and some blocks I even made. So it's a combination of traditional quilting and Kawandi. And this one I made in 2013. It incorporates a girl's dress top in it. And coming down the hallway, Fabrizio Gallery is 5 rooms. So it has a long hallway also. So this is a pieced quilt made from blocks that were made by African American women in Oakland and in Eli Leon's pile of things that nothing had ever come of them. So I sewed them together and quilted that. This, I call this Walkabout 2020. And then I've also started making these slow stitch squares, slow stitching. They take forever, but I've been making them with each quilt. So I call them thumbnails because they're brief little bits of made of pieces that were in a recently completed Kawandi. So this piece here was made out of the new Kimono Resurrected Kawandi leftovers. Speaking of Kawandi Resurrected, there she is, hot off the press. This was made from a Kawandi that it was old, had quite a bit of damage to it, and then I decided to resurrect it. Taking apart a Kawandi is almost as much work as reassembling. Then coming into this room, we have silk, no cutting. Over here, what I call pieced quilt, but it's really surrounded by a kawandi. This is after the fall, my fall. And we have here someone else's slow-stitched scraps. I was given these individual blocks of slow stitching and then incorporated them into a kawandi. And the last room, we have here 4 deities. This is made from priests' garments that I got in Kerala, and a lot of glitter surrounding it, and some African fabric. That was made in 2016. And this is called falling. It's made from braids and trims. This is Protozoa 2020. And over here we have Kawandi 100. I've actually, Kimono Resurrected is Kawandi 128. You have to keep busy. And these are both little souvenir pieces made of leftovers from Kawandi 100. And they include the little crocheted eggplants. So that's it. This is the show for fall 2023. Fabrizio Gallery in San Francisco is open by appointment, and that means it's practically open all the time. So feel free to call and pay a visit.